Dan McKinney is here once again with this week's Technology Report. And Dan, tell us more about a new dating website.
You got it, Dan. And you know, you should listen closely because this one is just for you.
Oh.
Looking for love but lacking in the looks department? Log on to theuglybugball.com and fill out a profile. If you can't tell by the name, this new dating service is exclusive for those of us who are aesthetically challenged. And unlike popular dating sites like eHarmony and Match.com, this new service is free. Just recently, the Ugly Bug Ball announced they had their first engagement. And next time you're at a restaurant and don't like what you ordered, why not tweet about it? The popular social networking site Twitter is turning consumers into food critics. Elise Greenberg and Elliot Court are two food bloggers who have started exploring this new trend. Their tweets explained how they had an awful experience with one of their dishes. The instant feedback is proving to be invaluable for restaurants. And the race is on for the first person to check in via Foursquare from the top of Mount Everest. Ncell, a private mobile phone company in Nepal, installed 8 cell phone towers around the base of the mountain. Those who make it to the top will now be able to make calls, video chat, and even surf the web. In the past, climbers who reached the summit had to rely on other expensive measures. And popular social networking site Facebook launched its new friendship page. This allows users to take a virtual stroll down memory lane. These new pages break down the online friendship through photos, wall-to-wall conversations, and events both friends attended together. According to the global director of corporate communications for Frost & Sullivan, there are over 600,000 pieces of content shared on Facebook every minute. And Dan, I looked at our friendship page, and our wall-to-wall was looking kind of thin.
Well, after that, you expect me to write on your wall now to boost our friendship page?
I'll write on your wall for your birthday.
Thanks, Dan.
You guys are funny, thanks. There are many different things a student can major in during his or her time in college.
Updates Rachel Clooney tells us the top 5 most unusual college degrees.
Do you ever wonder if what you're going to school for is weird or out of the ordinary? Well, think again, because top10s.net gives us the top 5 most unusual college degrees that we're sure will beat whatever you're studying. At number 5, blacksmithing. Not so much in the real world, but in virtual reality. Sure, blacksmiths are known for their work with metal and steel, but the true magic lies in the video game world called artist blacksmithing. Coming in at number 4, aromatherapy. The number 3 unusual degree is global governance. This major provides you with the knowledge and skills you need to run a country upon graduation. And number 2 is comedy studies. Even if you're not naturally funny, there are professors who will help you make people laugh. And the number 1 most unusual college degree is enigmatology. Will Shorts from Indiana University is the only person to receive this degree. Enigmatology deals with the creation and solution of puzzles. This has been The List, and I'm Rachel Clooney. Temple Update will be right back.
Coming up on Temple Update, in sports, the football team does something they haven't done in almost 30 years. And there's a new attraction at the Art Museum when Temple Update continues.
Hey, welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Josh Rotenberg. Coming up, I'll tell you about the men's soccer team's recent upset over a top 25 opponent and how the field hockey team fared on senior day. But first, let's talk some football. Well, the Owls came into the Akron game winners of their last 9 at the Link. The defense was the story in this one. Mo Jones had 2 sacks, and the Owls' Kevin Kroboth also picked off Zips quarterback Patrick Nicely. Mike Girardi also made his second straight start behind center. He was 15 of 22 for 209 yards and a TD. Bernard Pierce, he also found his way into the end zone. The Owls shut out Akron 30-0. It's their second consecutive shutout. They haven't done that since 1971. Well, the men's soccer team upset the number 16 team in the country and the A-10 conference leading Charlotte 49ers 4-1. Tyler Whitmer's golden goal in double overtime sealed the deal for the Owls and gave the Niners their first conference loss of the season. This is the second year in a row that Cherry and White beat Charlotte, who was ranked both times. Well, the Temple field hockey team had their senior day against the Lock Haven Eagles at Giese Field. Karen Lambright and Carissa Young scored 2 goals in the first 22 minutes for the Owls. The ladies would add 1 more to beat the Eagles 3-2. The win gave the Cherry and White a berth into the NCAA tournament, which will be held right here on Temple's main campus. Well, it was more than just another regular season game for the Temple football team. I caught up with some of the fans who were at the game who told me just how special it really was. If you've been to a Temple football game, you've noticed that fans dress in the school's cherry and white colors. However, when the Owls took on the Akron Zips, fans wore a different color, pink. They wore it to promote breast cancer awareness.
I'm totally a community service person, so whenever my local school does something like that, it makes me feel like the whole world has a chance.
Oh, I think it's great. It's for a good cause, and it's really great that everyone's coming out to the games now.
It's really important to raise awareness for breast cancer because it affects a lot of people, and it's important to get that out.
The first 5,000 fans who showed up to the game received free pink pom-poms. This helped fans cheer on the Owls and breast cancer awareness at the same time.
There's so many people that have been affected. That is a disease we really have to keep on top of.
Well, we need to support a cause like this, and I think that we make a great impact in the area.
Of course, the Cherry Crusade changed their identity as well on this special day.
Well, I had to paint at my dorm, so I picked it up yesterday morning, came back, and probably took me about a half hour to get this all set.
The Owls capped off the event with their second consecutive shutout, something they haven't done since 1971. Pink Out was a success on and off the field for Temple. The university tackled two birds with one stone. They helped make people more aware about the severity of breast cancer and took down the Zips 30-0. Hey guys, you know what? I think it's really great how Temple supports breast cancer every year.
Absolutely. It's definitely a great thing the athletic department does, throughout all the sports.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks.
Good report. Thanks, Josh. And now it's time once again for the Update Music Trivia Question of the Week.
Here's Lauren Grant.
Barbra Streisand has been the top-selling female artist for many years, but with the new millennium, a new diva has taken the top spot. That brings us to the Music Trivia Question of the Week. Who is the top-selling female artist of the new millennium? Is it A, Whitney Houston, B, Madonna, or C, Mariah Carey? I'll be back in 60 seconds with the answer. And the answer is C, Mariah Carey. She flew to the top like a butterfly, selling over 63 million units in the United States alone, outdoing Whitney Houston by 8 million units and Celine Dion by 13 million. This has been the Music Trivia Question of the Week. I'm Lauren Grant. Now with this week's entertainment report is Megan McNerney. Megan, tell us about the new reality show in Philadelphia.
It's definitely one to watch. Thanks, Jerry. A&E highlighted Philadelphia's parking problems with their show Parking Wars, and now the Discovery Channel wants to join in on the fun. On November 1st, the Discovery Channel debuted Wreck Chasers, a reality series featuring Philadelphia's tow truckers. The series showcases different Philadelphia tow truckers as they navigate the city. Wreck Chasers, which airs on Mondays at 8 p.m., will air for 3 weeks. If enough people are interested in the Philly towers, the series will get picked up for a full season. The city of brotherly love will soon be the city of improv. Dozens of improv groups from Philadelphia and across the country are slated to perform at Philadelphia's Improv Festival. The event, which runs from November 2nd through November 6th at the Philadelphia Shakespeare Theater, has showcased performers featured on television programs such as Saturday Night Live and The Office. Ticket prices range from $10 to $60. The Cake Boss Buddy Valastro is visiting Philadelphia's Merriam Theater on November 8th. The Jersey native and star of the hit TLC show will share stories from behind the scenes of his 100-year-old family business, as well as do a live demonstration and answer questions from the fans. Also keep a lookout for Buddy's first book, Cake Boss, The Stories and Recipes for Mia Familia, which was released on November 2nd. The Philadelphia Museum of Art is more than just pictures and paintings. The museum's Art After 5 program is a different way to spend your Friday evenings. Art After 5 is held every Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. and offers music from different recognized and emerging jazz musicians. The event doesn't cost any extra than museum admission and offers free guided tours. Next week, Temple's Randall Theater is premiering The Belly. Updates Khalif Brooks was at the viewing party.
And students came out to support the new theater production, The Belly. Annenberg held a pre-party for the production, introducing the play with a 20-minute film. Director G. Lord Morris says The Belly will give the public a look into inner city life.
The Belly is a story about a place. The Belly is going to depict that from the gangsters to the politicians to the neighbors that turn a blind eye. It's going to be serious. It's really a public service announcement to the community saying this is what's going on in America.
The 20-minute film is a lead story to the production. Many of the actors said The Belly will relate to most people's everyday lives.
How sometimes we tie up our life with matters that don't make us any better or any worse. I think that any culture that comes and sees this play will see that they have the same thing in their backyard.
If you want to see something real and not staged, kind of, if you want to step into real life, then The Belly is what it is.
This story is about change, personal change inside of a person's soul. So I believe everyone can benefit from watching this film.
The Belly will be playing at Randall Theater from November 10th to the 23rd. For more information, go to www.temple.edu/theater. For Temple Update, I'm...
You know, I'm planning on going to check that out next week if you guys want to come with me.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Meg. Well, Carlos Mota, a North Philadelphia resident, is on the hook for a $17,000 Verizon internet bill. After traveling to the Dominican Republic, Mota used the internet but was later charged with roaming fees. He admitted that he was unaware of how expensive the internet usage would be overseas when he bought the modem. He said that if he had any clue, he would have never used it. And, well, he shoots, he scores, and the toilet paper is on the field. It's a court, I know, topical humor, but that's what happened at the first home game for John Brown University men's basketball team. Now, the team was charged with a technical foul, and they won the game by 20. And let's be honest, in my days of Warrington Warwick basketball, I put up some pretty gaudy numbers. So at John Brown University, if you're looking for a 5'9" power forward, you know where to look for me.
It was a mystical sight in Johannesburg on Monday when a sun halo formed encircling the sun. The Weather Bureau reports that this sort of phenomena happens every 6 or so years and is formed by the sun's rays reflecting on ice particles in the clouds. The halo had different effects on those who saw it. One person said the halo had goosebump factor. If you're ever wondering what to do with the pounds of candy you received from Halloween, well, here's a new idea. Why don't you trade it in for some cold, hard cash? Children, one Ohio dentist is offering children $1 per pound for unopened candy. If you're wondering what he's going to do with all that candy, he says he's sending it overseas to our troops who are not able to take part in Halloween. Last year, the drive brought in over 400 pounds of candy.
Well, that's all for this edition of Temple Update. Be sure to follow us on twitter.com/Temple Update for your breaking campus news.
For Dan Koob and the rest of the Temple Update team, I'm Cherry Gregg.
Thanks for watching.